Welcome to Yoga with Dogs with Mabel and Becca. I'm Becca, and this is day 10 of the 30-day yoga challenge. So, get on your mat and let's warm up. Warm up your wrists, doing some rotations, left and right. Gently get into a cross-legged position and then transition down with your back on the ground, your heels close to your hips. Put one hand on your chest over your heart and one hand on your belly, and find yourself getting into a rhythm of breathing. Focus on your breath going in and out, and mentally prepare yourself for a very hard practice ahead. Use this time to get into a meditative space where you focus on the breath more so than anything else. By focusing on the breath, you can take your mind off of the difficulty of the poses. Now gently move yourself into a bridge pose. Squeeze the glutes and try to keep a space between your chin and your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together while trying to make a really strong bridge. Now lift one leg up to the sky. Pretend like you're standing on the ceiling. And then raise your bridge up and down several times to warm up the glute. Now do the other side. Get into a bridge. Get a strong bridge going. Lift one leg up. Point it up to the sky, then flex it as though you're standing on the ceiling, and then push your leg up on the ceiling several times. Warm up the glute. Just hold the bridge for a little bit and get all of those muscles warmed up. Roll yourself up. Massage the back a few times first. Then when you finally do, roll yourself up and transition into the boat pose. Activate your abdominals so that you can strengthen and warm up your core. Reach your hands forward As you get your balance, then slowly lower your legs and your back. Try to get the small of your back to touch the mat, but your shoulder blades raised off of the mat. And then squeeze together to bring it back up into the boat pose. At a certain point, it gets so hard for me, I have to close my eyes. Now just keep it together, cross your ankles and get into a seated position, then transfer back into a tabletop. Do a round back, and then go into your cat and cow. Turn your elbows outwards, although your hands are facing forward to help protect hyperextending your elbows. Lean backwards into somewhat of a puppy pose, but be on your toes and shift your weight from your toes, stretching out the arches and each individual toe, and then shift your weight forward to warm up your shoulders and your wrists. Go back and forth several times, shifting your weight from the front to the back. Now here I use some variations where I'm going to turn my palms outwards and then shift weight from the left to right, and then face my fingers towards me so that I can thoroughly stretch out my wrists and my palms. Before I start supporting my weight doing a lot of plank poses, I really want to make sure that I have my wrists properly stretched out. Do your cat-cow poses, but raise your knees a few inches off of your mat, engaging your core. Take one knee and squeeze it up to meet your elbow and keep it there, hovering above the ground. Send it back, lower down. Now raise up a little bit higher and just hold your balance. Take the opposite knee and meet it to the elbow, squeezing in while you're hovering a few inches above the mat. Try to lower down and release into a downward facing dog. Take your dog for a walk, pedal it out so that you can really stretch the backs of those legs. And then try to bring your chest a little bit closer to your legs, if possible. Sway left and right, just kind of exploring how to shift your weight from one side to another. And walk yourself where your feet are in between your hands. Raise halfway up, then melt back down. Raise halfway up and melt back down. Slowly pull yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking your bones up tall, and then open up your arms and fly back down to a forward fold. Do this several times to warm up your entire body. Get into your plank pose. Push the ground away from you. Tighten your core and pull upwards while tucking down your bum. Do a few shoulder taps if you'd like to get even more warmed up to activate your abdominals. Slowly do a chaturanga. Pull back up into your plank. Lean forward and then slowly take your body down the elevator to the ground floor. Then do an upward facing dog. Bending your back and waking it up. You can actually get a deeper bend if you open your legs wider than what I have done there. Alrighty, so after a little bit of a rest, go back up into your plank and then transition into a downward facing dog. Lift up on your toes and down a few times. Warm up the arches of those feet. Walk yourself forward into your plank pose once more. Now you're going to go onto the edge of one of your feet so that you can get into your side plank. These are a little hard for me. On this side, I'm able to lift my leg up, so try to do that if you can. Or even try to bend your leg and bring your knee up, then out. And now you can transition into starfish or wild thing, or if you want, go straight into your lizard lunge like I have here. If you slowly bring your foot to be above your knee and deepen that stretch, that can really help you with your splits. Twist and look behind you and extend that arm, and then bring it down to your front leg while you straighten it. Then transition back to where you go back into your lunge and reach behind you and twist, and then repeat. Move your hand forward to that front leg while straightening it. So you're sort of doing the lunge and then transitioning into a bit of a triangle pose, back and forth, to increase your flexibility. Reach backwards and try to grab that back leg as you lift your foot up. If you need to use a band, you should. I don't have any, so just grabbing it with my hand. You should try to focus on grabbing the pinky toe rather than the large toe in this twist. Slowly release, get back down into your lizard lunge. Go into a plank to downward facing dog. Lift up high on your toes. Squeeze your knee to your elbow while you're in a plank. Back into your lunge. Now step outward and twist open into Wild Thing. Or Starfish. Hold it there, then lower your hips and then pulse it upward to the sky. Twist back over into your plank. Shift your weight forward and slow chaturanga. Back up into your plank. Slow chaturanga. Clasp your hands behind your back. Lift your head, shoulders, and legs up and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Stretch out your shoulders, your shoulder blades, and your arms. Release everything. Slowly get back up into a plank. Downward facing dog. Put your toes together. Go onto the edge of your foot and do your side plank on this other side now. By this time, I'm getting fatigue and I'm not as strong on one side as I am on the other. You'll notice that you definitely have differences on sides of your body. On this side, I can go on my side plank, but I'm not quite stable or strong enough to lift that leg up like I had on the other side, although I do try my best. Go into a lizard lunge. Then a half split, back into your lizard lunge. Now go into your lunge and twist and look behind you. Then transition. Lower your hand by your foot while straightening that front leg so that you're somewhat in a triangle pose. So reach behind you, twist, and then front, straighten the leg. This is going to really help you with your flexibility if you're working on your splits like I am. Reach behind you and grab that back foot. Pull it up. You'll be in a twist, plus stretching out those leg muscles at the same time. So it's good for your spine, as well as really giving yourself a really deep stretch. If you need stability, Squeeze the insides of your thighs together mentally in your mind. Doing a really quick 3-legged dog into downward facing dog. Up on your toes, squeeze your knee to your elbow on the other side now. And just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze in that plank position. Doing the wild thing. Then flipping back over, thread it through to do the starfish or wild thing on the other side. Lower your hips and push up. Back into your plank. And then do a chaturanga, slow. You gotta go slow to grow. Then push back away from the earth up, then chaturanga down. Upward facing dog. And then right here, I'm just trying to rest. Clasp your hands behind your back or arms out, and just lift your legs and your arms to sort of give yourself that back bend to keep your spine healthy and supple. The stronger your back is throughout your life, the less injuries you'll have as you get older. We go into an upward facing dog. I'm stretching. I'm so tired. This yoga practice was hard for me. Transition back into a puppy pose. Here we're doing downward facing dogs, but on the tops of our feet. There are muscles and things on the tops of your feet you need to stretch out. And also to improve the depth of your arches. If you have flat feet and are prone to plantar fasciitis as I am, this really helps prevent any injuries if you like to run as well. Now get back up into your downward facing dog with your regular feet. Not the tops, but the bottoms. And just hang out in your downward facing dog. Walk yourself slowly up to your feet and then raise yourself up very slowly, stacking your bones and your vertebrae. Get back down on your mat in a cross-legged seat and just take some moments to absorb how the energy shifted around you with all of that exertion. Focus on your breath and just getting your mind straight. You've put your body through a lot, and now your body needs a little repair time. Get into an inverted tabletop and walk yourself a few steps in one direction and in another direction. And swaying back and forth to really do a great stretch for your shoulders. Lower yourself down and then straighten with your spine tall. Down and straighten. Just bending your elbows backwards to lower yourself down. And then push yourself up with a very proud chest. Lower yourself down on your back and do the happy baby. I'm going to scooch over so you don't have to look at my bum, but do the happy baby. Grab the outsides of your feet and get your lower back to rest on the mat. Then you can just slowly listen to your body and wiggle left and right, maybe straighten one foot and another. Work out any tensions and release any kind of suppressed stress that's been in your lower body. Give everything a really good, happy stretch. Put one ankle over your knee and thread your hands through to grab the other part of your leg, or if you want, the top, like I'm doing, to get a really good stretch in your glutes. Stretch that glute. Transition yourself into a bit of a bridge. And then again, repeat the stretch. Put one ankle over the opposite knee in kind of a squared off way. Keep both feet flexed to protect your knees. Thread your hands through and pull it closer to your chest to get a deep stretch in that bum and your hips. More time in a bridge, and then stretch out the other side. Now, just open up your arms and your legs and just relax and go into a deep meditative state and let your body's breathing and system go back to its regular functioning state slowly, and just take time to try to empty your mind and only focus on your breathing. And whenever you're ready, you can go about and resume your day. Thanks for watching my day 10 of my yoga challenge. I'm trying to do yoga every single day for 30 days in a row to increase my discipline, and I just want to give myself a little bit of accountability so that I make yoga a daily priority instead of just a once or twice a week type of thing. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and Mabel and I both appreciate you watching this. Bye.